HarperCollins and HarperAudio present The Cage, a novel by Bonnie Kistler, performed by Piper Goodeve and Chris Andrew Ciulla.
Prologue. The fog hovered high over the city, invisible in the cold night sky, except for the diffused reflection of the urban skyglow. The only surface it touched was Marketplace Tower, the city's newest and tallest office building, where it painted a coat of rime over every sparkling facet of the spire. If anyone could see it, they might imagine a sugar-frosted fairyland, but no one could. In the fog, in the dark. Down on the street, a van stopped at the entrance to discharge a crew of 3 men. As they unloaded their machines from the back and wheeled them to the door, one of the men, the new one, paused on the pavement and looked up, and up some more. The 30 stories that loomed over the street were dark, except for 2 gauzy glimmers on the topmost floor. He craned his head back farther. The 2 lights glowed on opposite sides of the building, and as the fog drifted through the sky, they dimmed and brightened like lighthouse lanterns warning of 2 separate hazards. In the building's lobby, a guard sat at a security console that faced the 3 sets of revolving doors. CCTV videos lit up 4 screens in front of him. On the 5th, he was watching the game. Behind him stretched the bank of elevators, 5 cars on either side with a destination dispatch console between them. Their doors were etched with a gridwork of black bars, an homage to the old cage-style elevators of the Edwardian era. The 3 men buzzed for entry, and the guard looked up and pushed a button to release the lock. They signed in and stowed their coats in an empty office off the lobby, rubbernecked the TV, and asked for the score. 22-0, the guard told them. They whistled, then started up their machines and tugged on their headphones to listen to the game as they worked. The lobby floor was sienna marble inlaid with geometric diamonds of onyx, and the polishers glided over it like zambonis. 30 floors up, a woman stood very still at her office window. On a clear day, she could see the Manhattan skyline. Tonight, she saw nothing but her own reflection. She was in her early 40s, slender and petite, with alabaster skin and faded blonde hair cut in a stylish swoop. Although it was a Sunday night, her makeup was flawless, and she was dressed for a workday, in a silk blouse and tailored trousers and pointed toe heels with the distinctive red soles that marked them as a high 3-figure purchase. She gazed at herself in the darkness, her face utterly still, until at last she turned and picked up her coat and pulled her office door shut behind her. A beep sounded as the electronic lock engaged, and she headed down the corridor. At the far end of the same floor, on the side without a view, the other point of light shone over a different desk. Its surface was covered with stacks of paper, flying flags of multicolored tabs on the margins, and topped with post-it notes. In the shadows 6 feet away stood a different woman, 6 inches taller and 10 years younger. She looked even younger, with her sloppy ponytail and pale bearskin face. She, too, was dressed for a workday, though not in designer wear, and she, too, stared at her reflection in the glass. But her face wasn't still. A muscle twitched at the corner of one bleary eye, winking on and off like a semaphore. She'd been at her desk for more than 14 hours. Wearily, she turned, slid some papers into a battered canvas bag, and picked up her coat. There was no lock on her office door, and she left it standing open. As she trudged to the elevator, a hush swelled through the penthouse corridors, broken only by the abiding hum of the building's mechanicals. They wheezed like a hospital ventilator on a comatose patient. When she arrived at the elevator bank, the older woman was already there. She didn't respond when the younger woman spoke to her. The center elevator arrived. The doors slid open. The women stepped on. The doors closed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?